Personal story segment tonight. Many Republicans are choosing sides, of course. Gingrich versus Romney, with Rick Santorum having just an outside chance right now. Here to analyze, conservative pundit and Coulter. So you're a Romney supporter, right?
Huge Romney supporter.
Okay, now I'm putting you in charge of the campaign, which is having a little problem. What would you say to him? We don't want to talk about the ads and all that. They're going to take care of themselves. But just as far as his personal demeanor, keeping in mind that we just discussed that Gingrich is running as the Avenger.
Right.
I expect him to have a little mask soon and a little hat and, come out and he's going to get the media. He's going to get the anti-God people. He's going to get Obama. He's going to get them all. Okay? So how does Romney counter that?
I think people just automatically say right after Romney loses, or not loses, he came in second. He got the same thing that he was polling out 2 weeks ago as he did in the final result in South Carolina. Gingrich came in, fourth and fifth in the last two. Suddenly Romney's doing something wrong. I've been watching all of these debates. And by the way, I think it's not putting so much stress on the debates. There are going to be at most two debates between the Republican nominee and the president, and it's not going to be a bunch of Tea Partiers in the audience. They're going to be Democrats, and based on Gingrich's past experience, he sucks up to whatever audience he's in front of.
He's going to yell.
He will not. No, when he's asked about the Paul Ryan plan last year.
He's the Avenger guy now.
No. It's whatever the audience is. He loved global warming when he had that audience. He hated the Paul Ryan plan when he was in front of a mainstream media audience.
I think he's found his groove and he's going to run
whatever the audience wants him to say, and I think these attacks on the media have been really, really depleting the well of sentiment against the liberal media. That is a serious issue, and he keeps going back to it to protect himself from his infidelities.
Those attacks. You've written books on that.
Yes, I have. And because of that, I think it's a serious issue, and it's like Jesse Jackson going around accusing, people of racism when his mistresses come out. What does Newt Gingrich use it for? For a perfectly legitimate question that is shaking up the entire news media, that John King, who is a completely fair and honest reporter, I don't care if he works for CNN, he may be the only fair person over there, starts that with the question he's got to ask.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have started at first.
I disagree. It's hanging over Newt Gingrich's head the whole debate otherwise. That is so picky and petty. And if this were a Democrat, we'd be screaming bloody murder if that question had not been asked.
Okay, look, I wouldn't be screaming anything, but you're wrong in this sense. That is old news. What ABC ran was old news, and I told that to Brian Ross. There was no new ground.
It's the headline on Drudge. It was the lead story on Fox News.
It's old news.
Okay, and let's go to another really vicious mainstream media reporter, Bret Baier, who asks Newt Gingrich why his whole staff abandoned him, and does this suggest some sort of disorganization? And that Newt refused to answer, attacking Bret Baier, calling it a gotcha question. It's not a gotcha question.
But Romney did the same thing with Bret Baier. My point is,
this is a serious issue the way real racism is a serious issue, but it has been wiped away by frauds and charlatans bringing up racism whenever they want a defense for something, just like Newt Gingrich, who doesn't want an answer a question, who wants to cover it for his infidelities, who apparently can't answer on health care. Another time he yelled at the moderators, I need 3 hours to answer that question. He is depleting this well of an important issue, and the most important issue in this election isn't so much why I'm for Romney, and I think he is the most conservative candidate of the four who remain right now, and Gingrich the most liberal. It is, how do we get the most votes? Because if we don't defeat Obama in 2012, Obamacare is here to stay. Newt Gingrich will call plans to reform it.
We, the Republicans, is that what you're talking
right-wing social engineering. I'm talking about the country, because we will go the way of Western Europe.
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong on this, on the media thing. I think that Gingrich understood the timing of this and the exploitation of it, because there was no corroboration from what his wife said. None.
He's admitted he's had 2 affairs.
That wasn't it. The only thing that was taken out of that whole thing was the open marriage deal that she said. Everything else was the same.
All he did was say, do you want to respond? And by the way, ABC was the first one to start reading from the Star Report. They're the ones who had the first interview with Jesse Jackson mistress. They are not playing favorites here, by the way.
I didn't say they would play favorites.
It's the biggest story in the media.
The timing of it
The idea that he wouldn't be asked about that. And are you going to defend him on denouncing Bret Baier's completely legitimate question?
I'm not going to defend anybody on anything. It's not my job to do that. My job is to point out.
He's abusing a real issue.
We got that point. Here's my job. My job to be fair. All right? And he was ambushed by this, by ABC and by the lead question. That's not the most important question in the debate.
Was he ambushed by little...
That question could have been asked by King halfway through.
I disagree. We're moving on now. I disagree. We're moving on. Was he ambushed by, Fox and Friends on Saturday, asking them to respond to, the ethics violations?
No.
Well, he starts screaming at Fox and Friends, and I thought Fox was fair and balanced. I'm getting sick of this because this is a real issue, and you should care about this, and right-wingers should care about this, but most importantly, right-wingers should care. Just close your eyes, look up at Newt and Callista, and think to yourself, are these people ever going to be president and first lady? Because the answer is no, America. We need to get independent voters.
If they ride a populist wave, they ride a populist wave, and Romney doesn't come and bring something to stop them, they could get it.
He can never be president.
Look, I think the odds are still with Romney. I think, to be fair, he's got those
after a few years when he was Speaker,
Gingrich did some serious damage to the Romney campaign in South Carolina, and that's the fact.
He has only been elected in one small little Republican district. That's the only way he has shown that he can be elected any place. After a few years,
what happens if he wins Florida?
I get the last word.
Will you change?
I get the last word. After a few years as Speaker, not only did his whole party turn against him, saying you're roadkill, you're ruining the Republican Party, but the vast majority of Americans in polls said he was scary and extremist, out of touch. Right now, his unfavorables. No, I don't like Obama, and this is going to be an historic landslide if Gingrich is the candidate.
Okay, Ann Coulter, everybody.